Hello and welcome folks to a legacy video. I wanted to try out some Amulet Titan in Legacy, which I have not been able to play for a while. And I said, heck, let's have some fun. Let's see what's up. This is a deck that I've been developing very sporadically over the past year or something. And I have been making some updates to the deck, albeit a little bit randomly, just trying out cards and just throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks. I have been getting away with much more than I thought I was going to. Like, I've been winning much more than I expected. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Let's just explore this area a little bit. So we have the classic Amulet Titan shell. So we have your Primeval Titans, we have your Ursa Sagas, and we have your Amulet of Vigors and Expedition map, as well as some amount of bounce lands. But this is Legacy, so we get to play with some other busted cards, namely a card like Exploration, something like Crop Rotation to go ahead and get any kind of land that we may need at any point. We do get to play the card that's banned in Modern Once Upon a Time, which was conveniently very good in Amulet. And then we have Uro as a card advantage engine, as well as the One Ring. And then Legacy's format, where there's a bunch of graveyard decks and a bunch of like artifact decks as well. So having access to some tutor targets for Greens and Zenith, or just like straight up good cards like Endurance. Like this card is just great against Delver, for example. So these are cards that have some room in the main deck as well. And then when we go to the utility lands, we actually get to play some classics. We do get to play Bojuka Bog, Boseiju. We have 3 copies of Cavernous Oceans, as you may expect. It is very counter magic is very common in the Legacy format. And then we do get to play with Feel of the Dead, former modern staple in the archetype. And then we also have a classic in Caracas as a way to get rid of opposing problematic legends that can show up, stuff like Shieldred and whatnot. Most notably, probably Merit Lage is the #1 legend that we're going to be trying to bounce. Finally, we also have like a singleton Wasteland, which is kind of off to have like a singleton Wasteland in your entire deck, but it's a way to, you know, crop rotation away a land and then get Wasteland in order to get value blowing up like an opposing depths or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, this is the main deck we're going to be playing. In the sideboard, I just threw some cards together. Like, I didn't put like a crazy amount of thought. This is very similar to the sideboard that was already built in the deck list that I have on the file, so I didn't really care to make any changes. The only other one here that you will see is Vesuva, and the reason for this one is in matchups where I feel like I may want to have maybe like an extra copy of Feel of the Dead, or maybe like I can go ahead and copy something of value from my opponent. That's another one. The thing that I wanted to consider that I did not, ended up choosing not to add in the end, is there's the new lands that enter the battlefield tapped, and they give you a surveil trigger, and those are fetchable. So the thing is that I only have exactly 3 fetch lands, and not only that, but also any land that does not enter untapped on turn 1 does not allow me to play Exploration. So that feels like way too high of a cost, and I'm not willing to play that. So this is like the list that we're going to be playing in this Legacy League. Hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun. If you are having a good time enjoying it, then make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you for round number 1. Alrighty, time for round number 1. This hand looks pretty good. This Collector Roof has the possibility of just being a dead card, but this hand is still very strong, even as a 6-card hand. What to get here? It's interesting because we can speed up getting an Ursa Saga into play, which would be kind of interesting. I think I'm going to play a forest to get a forest. I could alternatively just get a Semi-Growth Chamber. One thing to note is that we do not have access to something like Dryad Arbor. I think I'm going to go for basic forest. So let's play a forest and play Amulet and say go. These plays around Wasteland pretty nicely. Polluted Delta, Bulk, and DRC. Okay, cool. That's a Saga. Pretty good draw. So let's play the Saga and shift the turn back here. We're gonna get to make a construct this coming turn. Wasteland. So I'm just gonna crop rotation. Let's actually float the mana, and we're gonna crop rotation the Saga away. My opponent could counter this, force, whatever, but this is kind of free value, so might as well get it. Opponent brainstorms in response. We can play around days, which is nice. Resolved. Let's go get another Saga and send the turn back. So now we're going to be able to make a construct, which is probably better than Casting Collector Roof, taking 1 point of damage, seems okay. Once upon a time. If we don't untap, we get to tutor for Primeval Titan. Flooded Strand, another Brainstorm, and Holy Heat. Okay, so I guess my opponent's just playing straight up blue red, I would imagine, because if they have access to black, which sometimes those deck does, maybe they're not having Unholy Heat. Maybe they're still just splashing for Bowmasters. Could see that too. I don't know. We'll see. I'll block. Okay, they don't win. So here's a construct. Tap. And I think I'm just gonna make another construct here. Like, I'm not gonna run a potential Primeval Titan into a daze, right? So let's get a second copy of Amulet, and I guess I'm gonna swing for 4. We can cast both of these once upon a times. So let's float some mana. Let's see what we get. Hey, that's a prime time. I could get Endurance instead. Let's just go for Primeval Titan. Let's also go for Once Upon a Time and find these gorgeous Cavern of Souls and send the turn back. So we're putting a healthy amount of pressure on my opponent right now. We're going to be swinging for 8 next turn. Polluted Delta. Opponent fetches. Another Brainstorm. They're digging. I imagine they're pretty desperately looking for Wasteland. Seems pretty important for them right now. They're baiting some bubbles. It's pretty good value. Brainstorm into being the top card with the DRC trigger. So if they put Murktide Region into play, that's a little bit annoying. This is still a 3-turn clock. Opponent draws from Bubble, we untap. This is really interesting. I think I'm going to play a Gruul Turf here. It shows my opponent what I have going on, but I think it's fine. And we're gonna bounce the Yavimaya, and we're gonna Scene it for 3. This is gonna get Udo. If it resolves, I think it's just gonna get countered, most likely. Yeah. There it is. Force of Will, Pitching Days, Being Scalding Turn, and I guess I might as well play Collector Roof. Just a vanilla 2/2 is okay. I really want to find an Uro quickly-ish. There's the Wasteland. Then fire it off right now, playing around crop rotation. Makes sense to me. My opponent needs to attack, I think. Gonna play this Cavern of Souls on Giant. Ship the turn back. Do they have Wasteland number 3? That's the question. Alternatively, can like they bolt me a bunch so that I die. Seek the Beast. Really hard to tell what they got. I imagine it's Daze and Brainstorm. Kind of silly that it doesn't separate the cards that get exiled. It's not great. That's not great, Moto. I would go ahead and say that is not great. But anyway. Oh, they kept something on top. I imagine that means Wasteland. Yep. That's probably like the only card that they're keeping in that scenario. So at this point I need to draw specifically. Yeah, I gotta draw specifically. Or Udo. Udo would also be great. That's a card, I guess. So let's swing with everything first. And opponent goes down to 2. And then I mean, it's the only thing I can do. So let's play out the Growth Chamber. And I'm gonna bounce the Growth Chamber itself, unfortunately. And we're gonna play the One Ring. If my opponent has Force, I lose, obviously, but got them all the way down 1. Alright, cool. So we want Carpet of Flowers. We want more Endurances. We want Ramen Up Excavator. We want Maze of Ith. Definitely don't want Collector Roof. I think we can cut a couple of Crimson Zenith. I think we can cut a Primeval Titan. Just lower the curve a little bit. Cut the Caracas. Maybe bring in the Suva. I don't think I want Wasteland. We could cut in some other lands as well. Maybe like the Breeding Pool. Oh, let's cut Boseiju actually. That's a much better cut. Whether we want Dismember or not is interesting. I'm gonna say no when we're on the play. Maybe we bring them in on the draw. Tabernacle is so interesting. Yeah, let's actually bring in Tabernacle over another Boseiju. Alright, so what's up here? Yeah, I can work with this, I think. I think I'm going turn 1 Carpet. So if my opponent has a Force, they just kind of have to use it. Mold to 5. Let's see what my opponent's cooking with. Flooded Strand. Immediately fetch. And play a Delver. It's not terrible. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna lead on Saga. Let's play Exploration. Playing around Days pretty nicely here. And it sucks to play the Bojuka Bulk right now, but just developing my mana seems very important. We're just gonna go with this. Delver does not flip. Wasteland. Probably going after the Saga. Wonder if my opponent is gonna be interested in dazing here. If I find an top land, I think I'm jamming one of these rings, but I kind of feel like this Endurance is going to be really valuable. So I don't think I want to land, just throw the Endurance into a daze. So any ETB on top land would be great. I guess that plays. Make some green mana. I'm just going to slam the One Ring. I have Force. Yeah, it's okay. Flipping off a Ponder. When attacks, take 3. Ponder again. Another Wasteland. I wonder if they jam right now. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and play into Daze now. because I'm a little bit stuck on mana. This gets rid of one potential big problem here, which would be a Murktide off the top next turn. Also gets rid of DRC or like Unholy Heat as a problem as well, so that's nice. I'm gonna say yes to this. Float green so that I can play this Amulet of Vigor, and now we get to play the One Ring because Exploration is messed up. Play the One Ring. We also get to attack with the Endurance, which is nice. If this One Ring resolves, just have a free attack. Also playing around Spell Pierce very nicely. I don't think there's anything I can draw. I guess might as well draw right now. Another Amulet. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I don't think there's anything I can play, but I guess I was wrong. Because if I find I already cut the little guy, I cut the Collector Roof. Yeah, now my opponent goes and finds their lands. They're like, yeah, I'm not keeping you off of mana. And you would be right, opponent. You are not keeping me off of mana anymore. Don't do anything on end step, huh? Meltdown. I mean, Meltdown, okay, but like it doesn't really do anything. Like, they still have some pretty big problems here. Namely, me drawing a gazillion cards and now having access to even more mana. So before I choose here, let's draw some cards with Ring. Those are some not good cards. I guess I should have put a stop on the draw step and I would have been able to card rotation for Saga. That could have been interesting. I think I'm not going to make mana. The question now is whether do I want to... I think I'm just going to like develop my mana here. So I'm just going to like bounce and replay Bojuka Bog. The other alternative would have been to play Tabernacle, but once again the card I'm the most scared of is Murktide Regent. That's fine. No attacks because my life total matters a lot more than my opponent's when I have an active One Ring in play. They just do nothing. I'm okay with that. So that trigger on the stack, draw some cards, see the world, I guess. Yes, let's make some green mana. Let's play a land. We have 7 mana. I think I'm just gonna Zenith for Udo. Oh, I can get Raminap? Oh wow, that's so good. Yeah, let's go for that instead. Let's go for Raminap instead. Oh, my bad. I guess I messed that up. I thought that I forgot that I had used 1 land drop. That's okay. So we have second Exploration, gonna play Expedition Map, and we're not gonna crack it. We're gonna send the turn back again. Now opponent's gonna draw 2. Force of Will and Grafdigger's Cage. Nice. Great pickups. Oh, they're just playing the Questing Druid. Yeah, we're doing fine here. We're doing all right. So end step, let's crack the map. We're gonna go find Field of the Dead. Take 3 from One Ring. Stack some triggers. Draw some cards. Kind of looking for Udo here, but not looking great. We can card rotation for what's his name though. Make some green mana. Play out Exploration. Play Field of the Dead. Play a fetch land. Play Cavern of Souls, Naming Giant. So we don't have lethal yet. We can swing, however. We actually have good attacks because we have Endurance. And I think I actually play Tabernacle. So if I play Tabernacle, my opponent has no blockers. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just pay. Yeah, this is just fine. I can also just crop rotation the Tabernacle away on end step, which I think it's what I'm going to do. So opponent needs to pay their upkeep costs, and after they pay, we can crop rotation the Tabernacle away to get Cavern of Souls, Naming Elemental, or we can go get Maze of Ith. And my opponent needs double Lightning Bolt in order to win this game. They just don't even pay the upkeep. Interesting. Okay, they pack it in. No need to resolve from Evil Titan. We are chilling. Game number 3. What do? We could cut a crop rotation, but honestly crop rotation is kind of nice to play around their wastelands and stuff, so maybe it's okay. I kind of want the extra greens and Zenith on the draw. Yeah, maybe cut a crop rotation. What do we got? Decent enough. Hand's not great in today's, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Boseiju. Yeah, let's play out Boseiju actually. Days would be pretty big deal there, but looks like opponent doesn't have it. Cool. I imagine that there have to be like some wastelands and stuff in my opponent's hand. So if I find any untapped land, I'm going to be in very good shape. Take 1 to 19, untap. This is actually kind of interesting. I think I'm not going to cast it Once Upon a Time, which really sucks. Opponent shows Unholy Heat. Let's see if they shuffle. They do. Okay, so they don't like the heat. It's going to be interesting whether we make a dude or whether we just Endurance. I think I'm just going to Endurance. It's really bad into days, but my opponent did not have the days. They've seen like 3 or 4 cards since this, but okay, they do have it. That's okay. Like, I really wish they'd have... If this had been an untapped land, we would be in such good shape right now. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Bounce land would be great as well. That one's not super great. And we whiff with Once Upon a Time. Oh my god. Yeah, that may be one too many. Like not finding our land drop, and also like not finding anything like an Uro or an Endurance or anything like that. That's probably where we lost the game. We may still win. Like the One Ring is a very messed up card, but like I was feeling fine until that point, and now I'm not feeling so fine anymore. Okay, when I'm going for the Field of the Dead and stuff instead of going for my colored sources. Obviously, you know, everybody is inexperienced in this matchup because like nobody's playing this deck, so it's obvious that my opponent may make mistakes like this, but like the correct thing, like Field of the Dead is not doing anything there, and like this potentially allows me to play Uro, so I guess I'm technically not dead. Assuming my opponent's got nothing, I can use the One Ring to buy a little bit of time. Down to 4. Untap. Okay. I mean, I can name Giant here. And then I'm going to fetch. Down to 4. I'm dead to Lightning Bolt, by the way. Price of Progress. Okay, yeah, I'm very dead to that. Alright, that was fun. Welcome to round number 2. We have a very mediocre hand, so let's ship it. And this hand looks better. Keep this. Bottom Green Sun Zenith. And say done. Third copy of Uro would be quite strong against the... Okay, so let's lead on Wooded Foothills and Once Upon a Time first of all. I guess we're going for Saga. And we're going to go get Tundra. I have no idea what that could mean. Let's lead on Exploration. Maybe I should have fetched for Tropical Island. Maybe that's just fine in Tundra matchup. I honestly don't know. I imagine this is some sort of control deck. Oh, this could also be, I guess, Cephalic Breakfast. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Badlands. We're reanimating the Troll of Khazad-dûm. Is that the plan here? Look at how many spells. How many cards my opponent has put on the stack using any cards. Incubation. Damn. Opponent's going deep. Grief, Pitching Grief. What you want? The One Ring has been gotten. Is my opponent playing Living End over there? They have to be playing Living End, right? So let's go Cavern on Giant. And I'm just going to Zenith for 3. Get Endurance. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this, but it seems very possible. I mean, my opponent were playing Living End over there, so okay. I mean, I just got baited, I guess. Still kind of fine. Another Exploration. Yeah, okay. So let's go get an Amulet of Vigor. And oh, I actually made a mistake there. Whoops. I meant to get Expedition Map. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We can do some Caracas tricks, which is always very exciting. Can't put the land card from the hand, unfortunately. Look at this value. Oh. So we just have to find a bounce land now. That's my new goal. If we do, we're kind of going to pop off. It was the incubation card, you know, like I recently played a Living End deck that used Delirium, and it was playing that card. And that card is so silly that if you're playing that, you're up to no good, you know? So I assume that my opponent was gonna be jamming something like that. Okay, so they are playing Living End. Okay, so they are actually playing Living End. I'm not crazy. This is real. This is happening. Don't ban a creature. Days? Okay, so I guess they're not playing Living End. I guess, oh, they must have the other, okay, so there's the 2-mana Cascader. If they have the 2-mana Cascader, then they can circumvent, they can actually have access to days. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so my opponent's playing a very sweet brew over there. Okay, so there are forces, there are trolls, Whale of the Forgotten, Colossal Sky Turtle. Okay, we're not messing around here. My opponent's playing a sweet list, super sweet list. I don't see any removal, notably. I could see them having something like Leyline Binding. Opponents got some triggers going on, some Uro nonsense, Architects of Will, targeting both of us. They may be able to put Uro back into play next turn. Good to know that I have to worry about. Wait, what? They gave me a Growth Chamber? Interesting. I guess we'll see soon enough what's going on there. Play Exploration. Play this again. So we still have one more land drop. Play Uro. Hey! That's pretty good. It's a pretty decent card. So we still have one land drop. Do I want to bounce the Uro again? I guess I might as well. I guess I can bring it back. No, I can just recast it. More value is good. I like value. So, yep. I'm going to cast this Primeval Titan real quick. I wonder what they bottomed. Like, if they kept these cards on top, I do wonder what the hell they bottomed. Because these are some pretty good cards right here. Let's go with Battlements plus Taiga. So we're going to do Battlements plus Taiga. We swing. And then I guess in combat we're gonna get Bojuge Bog, Growth Chamber. We can do Growth Chamber plus Field. Seems better. And we bounce, I guess, Caracas. If they kill the Primeval Titan, they can't live in end anymore. So that's cool. So we're just playing a modern mirror match over here. Okay, opponent double blocks. I'm a bit surprised by that, actually. I guess I just go like this. Deal all the damage to one Architect. Yeah, that seems better. Now, second main, play Udo. Stack my triggers properly. Hey, pretty good draw. Get another zombie. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to return the Udo again. Like, we have so much mana that I think just having my little cut advantage engine is so interesting in the face of a grief or something like that. So here opponent fetches, and I think they're gonna get Udo back, but if they do, then they have to exile their dudes, which seems okay with me. Block there, take 3. You got an Uro. I mean, the Caracas is on board, so not too worried about it. Oh, Grief is pretty good. So now that takes the Primeval Titan, because otherwise they lose, of course. But we still have Udo as a draw engine, so it's kind of fine. We're also gaining kind of insane amounts of life and getting some dudes in the process, which doesn't suck either. So I'm gonna let that go and then play another Udo. 1 card left in hand. Yeah, I think we're good here. I'm just gonna use Caracas to bounce the Udo, so make some zombies. Second land drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just gonna scene it for 6 real quick. Here's prime time. Guess we're gonna get a couple of sagas. Let's do Saga Bojuge Bog, I guess. So now we have the bog in play. We can start doing fun stuff with that. Move to combat. Swim with both. Get Wasteland and another Saga, I guess. Guess I'm going to Caracas the Udo right now, so we can't block. We got some insane mana advantage, so I guess I might as well blow up something. Let's blow up the Raffine's Tower. And might as well get a free zombie and send the turn back. Alright, opponent's saying enough. Good. So let's bring in the Endurances. Tabernacle sounds hilarious. Surgical seems fine. Vesuva seems interesting as well. What do I not want? Well, the Conductor Roof, of course. Maybe 1 Zenith can go. Opponent showed me Daces. Kind of problematic, to be honest. Cut a Boseiju. I think I'll cut the Wasteland once again. And maybe a 1 ring. 1 ring is kind of nice, but 4 mana seems like a lot. Crop Rotation is 1 mana interaction. That seems kind of sexy. Okay, I guess we keep this. Some quick grief would suck, but it is what it is. That's actually super interesting. Do I lead on Saga? This is bad if they have any form of enchantment destruction. One of them fetches. Thought Erasure. That's going to take the Endurance. That's a discard spell that you can play. That is for sure. They've been a daze. So that tells me they're looking for Crop Rotation would be great. That's a dead draw. So let's play the fetch land and send the turn back. They do have Delirium, but they still don't really have anything going on. I guess they can just leave in end. Okay, that's free value. So now they get 2 cards. Whale of the Forgotten. Okay, so they're just using that to get some card selection. So I think what's gonna happen here is I'm just going to go ahead and fetch for Breeding Pool and then untap, and I think I'm getting Expedition Map for Bojuge Bog because I'm not finding anything here. So I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Have my opponent start the process again. We can play Udo next turn. Probably Udo into bounce Bojuge Bog just to set that up. My opponent's mana is not in good shape. Now it's a little bit better. Once Upon a Time for Street Wraith. Immediately cycled. Exploration would be pretty sick. Cavern of Souls would be nice so I get to play around days. If I find nothing, I'm probably just jamming the Udo into days anyway. Bloodbraid Marauder. Don't have land in the graveyard. Cavern of Souls. I may find Vesuva here. If I find Vesuva, I'm cooking. No such thing. But it's okay. Is it okay? Do I have time? Guess my opponent doesn't have that much business in that graveyard. Yeah, let's go with Saga. So if they have a fetch land, they get to just crack the fetch. And they have Delirium. There's the Badlands. My opponent's got a cool deck. Some sweet stuff going on. Colossal Whale getting back the Street Wraith. That's another way to enable Delirium. Alright, there you go. That'll do it. Foundation Breaker too. Okay, so I guess I don't want to target anything. No, actually targeting my opponent is valuable. We do get some value from the Udo though. Opponent's gonna have no graveyard. Yeah, let's play another Saga. I get to activate them both. That's a really funny draw. That's a very, very funny draw. I think I'm just doing this. That's hilarious. This is very funny. Tax you. Just gonna be doing some chump blocking here. Just pay for everything. I'm gonna be taking some damage, that's for sure. Found Architects of Will. So let's make a dude. We're just going to chump block here, chump block there. Can't activate Saga, but that's okay. Untap. That one's nice. Let's float a mana first. I may actually activate one of these sagas. I'm gonna have a lot of mana coming up right now. I think this is fine just to create a blocker. The question now is, oh, I already used this position map. Never mind. Never mind. So I guess we're going to play Growth Chamber, make some manas, bounce Bog, cast Udo, leaving the Endurance in the graveyard. Another saga. Okay, play that out. Let's play Exploration, and I guess we can blow this up with Boseiju, which is kind of nice. So let's do that. Oh, Ward 2? Man, that card has so much text. Well, I could have very easily paid for that, but whoopsies. That happened, I guess. Moving on. So many abilities. This does tax my opponent's mana pretty significantly. Opponent cycles in response to all these triggers, because they may not pay. They pay for everything still. Okay. Everything comes in. So let's pay an upkeep. Caracas. So now we're not gonna be idiots. Blow that up. Pay for the word. Move to combat. Leyline Binding. Well, sure as hell would love to have access to the second Boseiju now. Let me tell you that much. Okay. Probably gonna lose this game now. And I shouldn't have. ×2, by the way, because I could have saved my Uru if I had played my land preemptively. We're gonna be able to triple block, so at least there's that. I think I'm actually gonna take the 6. Incubation. 3-1 that can block. Another incubation. Another troll. Okay, this is getting interesting. They play out the Raffine's Tower. That's really interesting. I feel like I would have held it to cycle. Look at the top 3 cards in the library. Okay. Grief, Once Upon a Time, have been binned. It's gonna whiff. It's pretty nice that we can just... Exploration allows me to like play and replay before the Living End can come down. So let's make a dude. Untap. Pay upkeep. Pay upkeep. And pay upkeep. Cavern of Souls is not a great draw. Make another construct. Get the last amulet. And I think we're going to play the bounce land and just bounce Bojuka Bog and then replay it. We do get to swing for 5. Could get greedy to swing for 7, but one in cycles an architect and they just pack it in. Alright, there you go. Got there. It was a grind. It was a grind, but we eventually found a way. See you for the next round. That was a lot of fun. On to round number 3. This hand looks fun. Yeah, this looks fun. Let's see what we're up against. Marsh Flats. I don't think this is actually a turn... Never mind. I was gonna say I don't think this is a turn 1. Yeah, actually I'm still gonna go for Trop on 1 instead of playing Saga on 1. My opponent could be playing the Wasteland deck. I guess they're playing some sort of Reanimator strategy. Scrubland. Okay, that's pretty nice. Let's Once Upon a Time first. Caracas is an interesting pickup here. Yeah, let's go for Caracas. Huh, what to do here is crazy. I kind of really want to resolve this exploration, so I think I'm just gonna go for Growth Chamber, bounce, play Exploration, and then play Trop. Ship the turn back. I'm slow rolling this Saga so hard. But I think it's likely my opponent's playing some form of Reanimator over there. Bowmasters. You got it, champ. I mean, that sucks against my Udo. Maybe my opponent's just playing some form of Death and Taxes or whatever. That's enough for me to pull the trigger, I think. If they have Reanimator, like, we'll probably have to deal with that, but we'll figure out a way. We could have just sacked the Trop and then just bounce the Growth Chamber with the Growth Chamber. That was definitely an interesting line to take. Yeah, let's go for Growth Chamber here. Misclick through their attacks, but it'll be okay. So let's go Saga, and I guess we will play Udo. Giving my opponent a free point of damage. Oh, they plow. It's okay with me. Play a Trop. Let's play Caracas and ship the turn back. Take 3. I think we're gonna go Wasteland, Boseiju, and then we're going to play the ring. Send the turn back. We do get to make a 2/2 Saga token, which is kind of nice. They send. I think this is a fine trade with me. Like, it allows me to draw more cards. Ephemerate. And there's no window for me to draw cards. It's okay. I'm gonna draw an extra card. Maybe I do need to be worried about something like Opposition Agent. That card's a beating for this deck. Let's untap, take 1 from the ring, and I think I want to draw 2 here. Opponent's army is gonna be a 6/6, but we've had Primeval Titan, so all's right with the world. Yeah, so let's make a dude here. In a crop rotation, suck the Saga. Getting another Saga. Go get Amulet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not gonna haste here because we get blown out by Swords to Plowshare, so I'm just gonna go for Field of the Dead and another Ursa Saga, I think. Could get a bounce land, because now I have an Amulet, just so I have never-ending source of mana. We can also go get Uro. Opponent just packs it in. Alright, sounds good. So we're playing against black-green. Black-white, sorry. Obviously, Ramnap's gonna be great. I do have to imagine that I'm gonna be facing cards like Opposition Agents, so I'm gonna bring in these dismembers. Tabernacle sounds interesting. Maze of Ith sounds interesting as well. Cut the Bog. I don't think Wasteland's where I want to be, but Vesuva sounds interesting. If I'm playing against a sort of Death and Taxes deck, then Collector Roof is going to be great. But if I'm playing against something else, something like, I don't know, like Deadguy Ale style deck, then my Collector Roof is just gonna be a dead card. So unfortunately, without having access to more information, is pretty much impossible for me to figure out that part. Can cut a couple of Cavern of Souls. I'm gonna keep the Collector Roof. I'm not gonna be bringing forces until I have more information, but I'm gonna hold on to the Collector Roof just in case. Cut 1 Endurance. Could cut 1 Amulet Vigor. Probably not gonna need all of them. Maybe it's just fine. Cut Once Upon a Time and maybe a One Ring. Oof. This is a hand, I guess. I think I'm keeping it. Any land in this hand is spectacular. Dark Ritual. Opposition Agent. Okay, there you go. They do have access to that card. So here's a Boseiju and here's an Amulet. Wasteland is pretty gross. So it is just Deadguy Ale of sorts. Oof. Yeah, I don't think I can play the Saga out. Ancient Tomb as well. So the reason that I cannot play the Saga is because I just get owned. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna concede here. Yeah, that turn 1 Opposition Agent, pretty strong. Yeah, it's just brutal. That was pretty brutal. I think I want the other Wasteland. Actually, no, never mind. I'd rather have access to the blue source for Uro. Cut Collector Roof for another Once Upon a Time. Yeah, his hand's kind of gas. So I think the line here is going to be turn 1 Exploration into Amulet. Start off with Once Upon a Time, of course. Saga, much better. So let's go Windswept Heath, get a basic forest, play Exploration, Ursa Saga, play Amulet of Vigor. Decent start, an okay start, I would say. Now that's gonna depend on what we want to do on turn 2. Like, do we want to go get Uro? Do we want to go get the Endurance? We can also just make a construct, and by the end of the whole thing we're gonna have 2 4/4s, which seems pretty nice. That's pretty good too. Can we draw something? Actually, that doesn't really do anything. Gonna hold on to the Boseiju. Still not clear what I want to be doing, and I may need to blow something up at some point. I already have the mana that I need. Thoughtseize. That's brutal. Can draw. If I draw Uro, could be in okay shape. It's not great. Looking for Uro or bounce land. Serenity. That's a card. Getting owned by a pre-modern staple. It's not awful. Oh, what am I even saying? I can just do this. So now if I find a bounce land, we're kind of in good shape. End steps, cycle the troll. Grief would be pretty good here. Season Dungeoneer. Bounce land off the top. Deck, please. Bounce land or Once Upon a Time off the top. One time. I don't ask for much. That is not it. I may be able to get out of this though. I may be able to still get out of this. If my opponent does not have... Wait, what happened there? Whenever it attacks target clearly, gain protection for creatures, and it explores. Can we have a bounce? Okay, there we go. They beam the Thoughtseize. There's no instant speed answers to lands, right? I hope there isn't. Okay, do not show me an Opposition Agent. You're gonna lose my mind if you have an Opposition Agent. Just have a Solitude. Have something like that. Damn it. God damn it. Ugh. Decline to search. Guess I'm just going to send the turn back. I mean, it is a 6/6 trample. Bowmasters. Okay, we're still playing here. We're still playing. Come on. Come on. You're gonna dome me for 5? This ability is so stupid, man. So let's assume my opponent's got nothing going on. Literally nothing. Dude, like, this is insane. I'm literally just dead. Wow. That's wild. Can't block it. That happened. That happened. Alright, well, there you go. I will see you for the next round. On to round number 4. This hand is terrible. This hand is actually better. So this has the potential of being at least a turn 4 Titan. So let's keep, and I'm going to bottom the Endurance, holding on to the Once Upon a Time. We could be paired against a Reanimator deck or whatever, but we're not going to play around that, I don't think. That's a terrible draw. Such a bad draw. I guess I'd rather have Udo than Caracas in the blind. Let's play our Amulet of Vigor and shift the turn back. Drawing that Temur Battlements really sucked. And fetches on my end step, Sanders Lounge. Alright, it's a card I guess. Windswept Heath, Savannah. Nylia's Presence. Huh, okay. Enchantress? I mean, we could Boseiju this thing, but I don't think that's what I want to be doing. I think I just want to try to just do the thing as fast as I can. There's the Enchantress into Elephant Grass. That's kind of annoying, but I mean we can just Boseiju it away, so it's not that big a deal, but just a little bit annoying. Untap. Do one ring. Doesn't actually do much here. Let's go for Amulet, and I think I'll just play out the Hangover Battlements and just make a dude. Feels like they kept a pretty bad hand, honestly. No ramp and no turn to Enchantress. They may still do some sick stuff next turn, but there's the Sanctum. So now they have, I guess, not that much mana still. 4 mana. Another Enchantress and Scythes. So they are getting close to going off now. So we better do something impressive here. It's not quite it. Was wishing to find the Growth Chamber there, but unfortunately it looks like gonna have to go to get that myself. Do things the hard way. So now we get to play Udo, net 1 mana. We can technically use Boseiju for 1 mana, which is kind of neat. Okay, doesn't do much. Doesn't really get me any closer to what I was trying to do. I can Zenith only for 5. I guess I can just Zenith for another Udo. So let's do that. Mostly because I'm Zenith flooded here. Alright, so there's another Growth Chamber. Still the same amount of mana. Would have loved to have found an Exploration, something like that. I guess here I might as well just go for the Udo. Still 1 mana short of Primeval Titan. I think I'm just gonna play out the Battlements and just do something very unimpressive. Just ship the turn back. We don't seem particularly well suited for this matchup, to be honest. Solitary Confinement. Can beat that still. Utopia Sprawl. Probably just casually up to 9 cards. No big deal. Land and fetch. I do wonder what the win condition is in Enchantress these days. At one point they were playing stuff like Emrakul. Leyline of the Guild Pact. That explains so much. Every deck is a Leyline of the Guild Pact deck these days. So this is 6 mana. Here's my boy. Already made a land drop. I could go Taiga plus Gruul Turf. This could allow me to swing. Oh, I guess I had to do that in the second Titan. Whoops. That's fine. Bounce, Growth Chamber. Still need to pay 2 to attack. So my second Ur was exiled to the first one, so I cannot really do anything there. I cannot keep the gas coming. So this Zenith doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pass the turn here. Go to combat, swing with Primeval Titan, pay and make some more mana. We do get to Wasteland, and I guess I'm gonna get Caracas. Oh, I should have gone a green source actually. I was thinking of bouncing the Scythes, but it's Wasteland the Sanctum now. Yeah, this is still fine. Pass the turn and discard one of these Zeniths. Have not found an Exploration quite yet. Somehow I do not think I'm winning. They ditched the Elephant Grass, which makes sense. Okay, there's the Leyline. You got an opponent. What's the value here though? On thin ice. Primeval Titan is gone. Make a lot of mana. Tabernacle would be kind of great here, I think. That's gonna be a much more real way of keeping their mana in check. More on thin ices. If they target Udo here, I'm just gonna bounce it with Caracas. So let's just do that. Scion of Draco. Leyline Binding. The awkward thing is that now I cannot blow this up on the end step because the Uru is no longer in play. At this point I feel like I'm dead, but I do want to see a win condition. Because I can very easily beat these stupid Dracos. I guess maybe not without the amulets. Maybe it's not so easy to beat the Dracos anymore. See, it is feeling frisky over there. Untap. We get some info too, which is nice. Some Enchantresses, extra Scythes, stuff like that. Alright. I think we just go for another Primetime here. Just cast Primetime, get some Field of the Dead and some, I guess, Boseiju action. I guess I do need some blue sources, so let's get just a fetch land. Until I see a win condition that will actually kill me, I'm going to chill here. Discarding Wildrose is interesting because it's kind of free. Oh baby, they're really going in on that land over there. Why wouldn't you split it within multiple lands? Wild growth, more cards being drawn. Oh, there we go. Wow, I guess that's the win condition. That's hilarious. Because they can activate this multiple times, right? Really? It's kind of a weird win condition, actually. Like, it needs combat, like it's low-key, a little bit fragile. Super cute, though. You can just throw Sign of Dracos at my face. I cannot get mad at that. Just casually throwing Dracos with lifelink, by the way. With lifelink. Just throwing them on my face. Okay, Destiny Spinner. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. That's really funny, though. Cool. So, we definitely want Knuckle. Obviously, want Forces. I think Raminap is decent. Wastelands are okay. I don't care for Bojuku Bog. We can cut Cavern of Souls. Endurance doesn't really do anything. Does Dismember matter is the question. I'm not sure if Dismember matters. Collector Roof does not. That part I know. Guess we're going with this. Maybe another Wasteland is better than Caracas? Yeah, maybe. Caracas is interesting as a way to risk Euro like we did before, but Wasteland seems more impactful. This looks okay. Yeah, this is okay. So Boseiju, Exploration, Cavern on Giant. Would love to draw any bounce land or an Amulet of Vigor. Wild Growth is there. Untap, land. Okay, let's shift the turn. I think I'm pretty likely to crop rot for the bounce land, just so I can guarantee my land drop next turn, and then just hard cast Force of Vigor. And fetches on end step. We can also Zenith for Raminap to hit all of our land drops, which is pretty nice. Stony Silence. Yeah, I guess we're going for Raminap. So fetch for a forest and crop rotation. Sack the cavern for growth chamber. Bounce Boseiju. Untap. Play a land. Zenith for 3. Get Raminap. Replay Foothills. Ship the turn back. Sage is about to get wastelanded, let me tell you that much. Leyline Binding. So now let's go get Breeding Pool. Actually, maybe I find multiple amulets. Maybe it's better to keep the Breeding Pool in. So we're going to force Binding and Wild Growth. And then Wasteland Boseiju. Bring back Wasteland, bring back Wooded Foothills. Send the turn back. The nice thing here too is that they were clearly missing. They were a little bit short in the mana department, right? Because like playing out the Boseiju there is a pretty big cost, especially when I'm showing them that I have a growth chamber here. Scion of Draco. So Wasteland, might as well. Let's go with fetch for Taiga. We play Wasteland. We play Cavern of Souls. I guess I mis-sequence there, but I don't think it matters too much. If I play out the Boseiju, I guess I can also cast the Exploration here, but this seems better. So let's go for Battlements and Field of the Dead. This will make it so the next Titan is going to be hasty. I guess there was also no reason for blowing up the Sanders Lounge on my opponent's end step either. Would have probably been better for me to do the other thing. Love it. Great attack. Opponent's not close to casting a Leyline Binding over there. So let's play a land. Let's play another Primeval Titan. And I think this is a lethal attack, if I'm not mistaken. Not going to show them Tabernacle. No reason to. Let's Boseiju. Let's hit the prime time. It's Wasteland Saga. And another Wasteland Saga. -1. Game number 3. I still don't care about the Dismember. It does stop their win condition though. The win condition, I guess both the win conditions they showed me get stopped by Dismember. So maybe it's worth playing this. Maybe over the One Ring. The One Ring seems pretty bad. Just leave the 1/1 ring. Can't have been the first person who made that joke though. Alright, what do we got here? No Force is a big thing, but Crop Rot, Exploration, Bounce Land. This has a lot of pieces. Opponent on a Mult 4, and we have an actually good hand. Poor opponent. Don't think this is gonna be like a quick crop rotation on my upkeep kind of thing. I think we're just chilling. Blue-green. Enchantress, I imagine? Oh, blue-white. Blue-green. Okay. It is an Enchantress. We could crop rot for Knuckle to limit my opponent's mana, but this is just so clean here. Go for the Uro. Sanders Lounge seems really costly in the Enchantress deck. Scion of Draco. Yes. Give trample to that Enchantress opponent. You got it. That's hilarious. If I crop rot this away, I have 1 mana floating, but then I guess I don't use my land drop. So I'm thinking about whether it's worth to, because I'm effectively giving up 2 mana by crop rotting now. But I'm trying to think whether I'm going to be using that mana. Because otherwise I can just crop rotation something else away, and then because I'm gonna get an Amulet here, that means that I untap. I think that it's fine to give up this Saga. These 2 mana, sorry, I meant to say. Now we bounce that. We go get Amulet. Land number 1. Bounce. Land number 2. We leave green floating. Cast Primeval Titan. Taiga plus Battlements. Haste Primetime. Swing for 6. So I guess we're going to get Field of the Dead and Tabernacle, which is a really funny combination. Very, very funny combination, this one. Triggers. Can my opponent even pay for anything here? They pay for the Enchantress, but I don't know what that does. Leyline Binding. Okay. So do I want to sack the Knuckle? I don't think so. I think I actually pay for these zombies. I guess not for the second one. Just pay for the one. Float a mana. We're gonna get another Amulet. Just gonna play Growth Chamber. Force of Vigor my Amulets. Fine, it's too late for that. They had to Force of Vigor on my upkeep. Now I just go to my mana, I just don't care anymore. So here's Primetime. Boseiju Bounce Land, I guess. Let's actually do Boseiju Wasteland. Growth Chamber Wasteland. This allows me to Wasteland right now. And we still get to haste. Swing for 8. Triggers Saga Boseiju, I guess. Yeah, might as well. I mean, this is garbage time, right? Opponent's got 0 cards in hand. They just have nothing going on. And only 1 mana. But opponent is fighting. Opponent is fighting it out. Okay, there we go. 2-2. Very last match. Let's see if we can rescue a 3-2. This hand is kind of sketchy. We need the green source. We have the 1 ring though. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep. If we find the green source, we have like turn 1 exploration into Ursa Saga, which is quite strong. Untap green source? Yeah. Let's lead on once upon a time. Kind of like Cavernous Souls. Could also just get Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, let's get Catacombs actually. Fetch for a basic forest. Attempt to resolve exploration. Resolves. Ursa Saga, your turn. Drop. Why fetch there? Basic forest and a passing of the turn? What the hell? Blue-green, ice my land. Basic forest is the card that has me a little bit puzzled here. Yeah, just gonna send the turn back here. Not much else to do. Wasteland my Saga. I think I'm just going to Endurance on end step. Endurance them, I think. Untap. Land would be great. Yeah, that's cool. Just gonna cast this 1 ring, I think. Cavernon Giant. Cast the 1 ring. Still no idea what I'm playing against. Force of Negation, Pitching Lorien revealed. We're ahead on mana. Volk. Shardless Agent. Okay, this is just Rhinos. So we basically just played a Modern League here today. They're playing Minsc and Boo, Shardless, Force of Will. Yeah, okay. So, I think I'm just gonna go get Uro. See it for 3. Get Uro. Exploration. It's not great. So we are going to be taking 8. Just a little bit annoying. Kind of unlucky that we drew our stupid Collector Roof. We have not played a single matchup where Collector Roof would have done anything at all. And every time I drew it, it was just a disaster. Even if this had been just like a land, that would have been better for me than just having this stupid Collector Roof in hand. Really, sending with Shardless seems great to me. Like if they want to kill the Endurance, like I'm perfectly fine with that. That just enables my Uro. Okay, 1 ring again. Please don't have another force. Hardcast Force of Will. Pitching Simian Spirit Guide. That's really funny. Okay, I think I'm just gonna block this coming turn just to guarantee that I don't like randomly die. Although I guess I'm going to 6. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. I should have attacked last turn. Yeah, I didn't think about this through because I already have enough cards for Uro. Fetch for drop. Green, blue, green, blue. I guess my opponent could have like subtlety or something because they don't have it. So play the bounce land. Bounce. Uro comes into play. And I think I'm actually going to play the Collector Roof here instead of the Once Upon a Time. Reason being, now I get to double block a Rhino. Pretty lucky my opponent did not draw an Outburst that previous turn. 5 mana, Lorien revealed. So now opponent doesn't have attacks. I'm going to draw some more cards. Let's lead on Once Upon a Time. Yeah, that's game. That's game. Uncounterable Brawl. And we're going to get... I guess once again they could have Subtlety. But now we get Field of the Dead. And what? Wasteland. I guess just Growth Chamber to make more dudes. Bounce the land. Go to combat. Swing with Uro. Swing a land. More dudes. Opponent doesn't even double block. And now extra land drops turn into free zombies. Good stuff. Here we go. Gonna need a lot of Fire and Ices to tap all of my board now. Opponent, they fetch for some reason. What could they possibly have? Just exiling some Elvish Spirit Guides. Oh, okay, yeah, they're just dead. I think that they're just showing me all the cool cards their deck has. You got a champ. I mean, they're giving me more information for whatever reason. I'll take it. But I don't think there's anything surprising there. The Wastelands are going to be important to keep in mind. Violent Outburst, Forces, plenty. Yeah, okay, so now. Endurances don't really do anything. Ramanap's probably okay. This is a Surgical Extraction matchup. Definitely not a Bajuki Bog matchup. They could potentially have, what's his name? But I doubt it. Maze of Ith seems reasonable. Definitely Cavern of Souls. Probably Vesuva. Because Caracas doesn't do much. Rather have Wasteland. I don't think this is a matchup for... Oh, stupid Collector Roof. I don't think this is a matchup for Surgical Extraction. Maybe they have Magus. Maybe they have Magus of the Moon. Let's bring in some of these members to respect Magus of the Moon, I guess. So we just cut a Wasteland. Let's go with this. Yeah, hand looks decent. Wish I had access to Bounce Land, but it is what it is. Field of the Dead, not a great draw. Once Upon a Time, Cavern of Souls. Don't mind if I do. And I think I'm gonna go Yavimaya into... I do have to be mindful of Force. Land and Fetch. Let's see what they got. Violent Outburst. They got some dudes. Blood Moon. Magus. Yep. Inevitable Betrayal. They cut all their dudes for Inevitable Betrayal. That's cute. Yeah, I can't beat that. That is kind of sick, actually. That is super sick. Let's go to basic to protect from Wasteland there. Just double Wasteland. There's a Bounce Land. Shift the turn back. I don't think I can do much. I don't see any forces, though. Of Vigor, that is. Maybe they just don't have enough green cards. I mean, there's Endurance, and they don't have Force, so... Yeah, I mean, this is just... I cannot beat a turn 2 Primeval Titan on the play. No, I'm not gonna do that. It is tempting, though. It is tempting. How crazy am I? Am I just doing this? I mean, how many chances am I going to have to enact such a sick sideboard plan? I guess Carpet of Flowers are kind of sick, actually. Yeah, I'm going for it. I don't even care. I don't even care. This is my game plan. This is my game plan. Yeah, it's probably not going to cut it. Better. Not by a lot, but better. Keep this, and I think I'm going to bottom the Cavern of Souls. Actually, that allows me to play Udo. Just bottom the Wasteland. There's nothing I can get off of Once Upon a Time that does anything here, so I'm just gonna send the turn back. I mean, my opponent can get a Remnant of Excavator, and if they do find a Wasteland, I am pretty screwed. So that part sucks, but Saga, go. I went with Saga because we actually have Crop Rot to do something about if my opponent goes for Bloodman. Bulk, Wasteland, Violent Outburst. Yes! Yes! Yeah! Oh, man. Go ahead, opponent. This is too much fun. Oh my god, this is so much fun. No! Oh no! They gave me Udo? Hell yeah! They just gift me an Uro straight into my graveyard? Dude, I love this. I misclicked. I obviously meant to save that. That's okay. It'll be fine. That is so funny. Okay, Once Upon a Time. Vesuva. Let's go with Amulet. And then I'll Vesuva Wasteland. And I think I'm going to Wasteland their blue source. Baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is happening right now. So let's play Boseiju. And let's play Expedition Map. Ship the turn back. The Force. Speech in Inevitable Betrayal. Oh my god, this is incredible. This is incredible. Oh, this is happening right now. So let's play Cavern on Giant. And I'm going to cast Once Upon a Time right now. Verdant Catacombs. Send the turn back. Please tell me that I'm about to win thanks to the Udo that my opponent put in my graveyard. Layers upon layers upon layers. Okay, so they Wasteland me. I think I Crop Rot. Get another Cavern of Souls. Untap. Play a land. Fetch. Tropical Island. Blue. Encounter or blue. Green, green. The Titan of Nature's Wrath. Exiles my stuff. And here's Udo. I'm gonna go ahead and play Gruul Turf here instead of the Wasteland so I can hold up Crop Rot. And I guess I might as well bounce the Boseiju. Just like we drew it up. Is this just like the sickest bluff of all time? I think it may be. I think it just executed the sickest bluff that has ever existed. Play Wasteland, swing for 6, play Boseiju as my land for turn, and ship the turn back. And now what I can do next turn is I can crop rotation for Field of the Dead. Opponent fetches, ×2. Let's see what they got. Shardless. So I can get super cheeky. Dude. They have nothing to get. Yes! They don't have Rhinos because they got the new Total Betrayal. That's incredible. Yes! That was amazing. Okay, so that was worth everything right there. Holy crap. Wow. What a way to end this league. Holy crap. That was like the best 3-2 that I have ever experienced in my life. Wow. That was incredible. This deck, as you can see, it beats the modern decks. We beat Enchantress, we beat Living End, and we beat Rhinos. And then we lost to Legacy decks, of course. But actually, one of the decks that we lost to was a modern deck as well, the Deadguy Ale one. But yeah, this deck is it's just fun. It's really fun. Like, I don't think it's good. I don't think it can ever be good also. Which is really sad. Like, it's really unfortunate. Like, I really wish for a deck like this to exist in the format, but it's one of the things where it's just too brutal, right? Like, it's just way too brutal. The legacy format asks so much, and you just cannot do it all, right? Like, especially like on mono green, which is what we're playing effectively, you have very limited answers to combo. Like, we got lucky that we did not get paired against any combo decks. But even not only against combo decks, you're also weak against like the goblins decks. You're weak against, I guess you're not super weak against Reanimator, but like you may be just weak against Reanimator with counter magic. It's just so many things that you need to be fighting against, and you have so many pieces to put together. Like, this deck is awesome. Like, I have so much fun every time that I play it. It's not good. Like, I don't think it can ever be good. But yeah, every now and then I'll just fire off a league and see, yeah, what's up, like what's cooking in Legacy these days. It's just like it's too much fun. Like, we have experiences like the one that we just had in the last game, right? Like, that is just, I wouldn't trade that for the world. But hopefully you enjoyed it, folks. This was amazing. If you did, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know in the comments down below how do you like it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye.